scenario, I think if Melo balls out, gets you 25 and 8 every night, and the rest of the guys do what they're supposed to do, there's a chance this team could be pretty good. But there's also a chance everything goes absolutely wrong, and by Thanksgiving, I'm saying FML.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Melo. He made a statement that he does not want to trade, does not want to leave New York ever. Right. That's where he wants to be. What was the general atmosphere in New York after comments like that?
With most New Yorkers are pretty not surprised. I don't think Melo wants to leave. Now, do I think I really hope this doesn't happen. Do I think that if after 30 games the Knicks are 5-25, no draft pick next year, going nowhere fast, that Melo said? And I don't think Melo wants to leave, and I believe he doesn't. Is there a chance if they're 5-25 though, Melo and Phil get together and say maybe it's best for both of us to move on? Yeah, that's possible, but I don't think 5-25 is happening. I don't think I don't think 8-30 is happening. I don't think they're going to be bad. But if they are, I think that's possible. That's something that could happen. And this isn't sourced information. This is just me, just guessing. So, but do I think Melo wants to be in New York? Absolutely. Did he take the most money to stay in New York? Obviously. But I still think he wants to be here. Melo has enough money to live another 30 lives, at probably 100 years each. So Melo's good financially, even though he got the most money with the Knicks. I do believe that Carmelo Anthony wants to be a Knick. I believe he wants to wear orange blue, and I believe he wants to win with the Knicks.
Interesting.
Yeah. When you say interesting, what are your thoughts on what I just said?
Well, it's a loyalty thing. I'm glad to see a player actually be loyal about this. But the one question is, like you're saying, if they go 5-25, do we hear Chicago all over again? Do we hear, I forgot, my heart really was thinking about Chicago, kind of the same thing it was last year. The Knicks fan base is one of the most passionate fan bases in the league, and they deserve a winner. And
100%.
your franchise player has to be in tune. I think Chicago's going.
Is. I'm just saying that if they were that bad, Phil and Melo might just get together and say maybe it's time for us to move on. But I think it's so funny how people in the media and fans, even some Knicks fans, killed Melo for staying. But they said, well, if he really wanted to win, he would have went to Chicago. Was Chicago a better basketball situation? Probably, with Derrick Rose and Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah, and Pau Gasol. Absolutely. But whatever happens to giving a guy credit for wanting to be with the franchise and see it through? Did he get the most money here? Yeah, but again, it's not like you or I going from a job from $15 an hour to $18 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Melo's fine. Melo's going to still have, a lavish, great life. And you know what? Lala does all right for herself, too. So why can't we just give a guy credit for wanting to be here and wanting to win here and wanting to build here? Now, do I think that Phil sold Melo on the summer of 2015, that he was going to, ball out in free agency? Yeah, I do think he did that, and I don't think Phil did that this summer. But can't people just give Melo credit for actually wanting to be here and see this thing through?
That's a good thing.
Wait a minute. That's a good point. But let me ask you a question, though. Porzingis and Jerian Grant, what should Knicks fans expect? What should NBA fans expect from those guys this year?
I think Porzingis is definitely an unknown. Kurt Rambis went out on a limb today. He said he's a combination of Pau Gasol and Dirk Nowitzki. Okay, Kurt. I hope he is, but boy, that's quite the comparison. Obviously, if you're tall and you're white, you're going to get compared to one of a few players. You're going to get compared to Marc Gasol, or you're going to get compared to Dirk Nowitzki, or if you're 6'7" and white, you're Larry Bird automatically. It's funny how that works, right? But it's so funny, these comparisons. Jaren Grant, you're going to see an aggressive player. You're going to see a guy who's fearless. You're going to see a guy who likes to attack the rim. How good are these two going to be in their rookie years, in their careers? Something that nobody knows. It's so many players over the years have come out of college and you thought they were going to be stars and they weren't, or you thought they were going to be decent and they were stars. So how good are those two going to be? I can't give you an answer on that. Nobody can. And it's so funny how people will do interviews and come on shows and say, yeah, this guy is going to be this. Yeah, you don't know.
Well,
I don't know what Porzingis is going to be. Maybe he's Sean Bradley. Maybe he's Darko Milicic. Maybe he's Andrea Bargnani. But hey, maybe
that's tough
he's
there.
a combination between Dirk Nowitzki and Pau Gasol.
Whoa.
We'll have he's not going to reach his potential this year, but after 1 year, we'll have an idea. I mean, Dirk Nowitzki wasn't great after his first year, but the one thing the Knicks have to do, and this is where the Knicks are in a weird position, fellas, is that, I don't think, some people say the Knicks are rebuilding. I don't think they're rebuilding, and here's why. Because you just gave Carmelo Anthony a 5-year, $124 million contract.
Yeah.
So I don't look at a team that gives a guy that much money as rebuilding. But you have to give Porzingis his reps while trying to win. So maybe he comes out and he plays really well from the jump on, but you have to throw him out there to make mistakes. But also you have a guy in Carmelo, and you have other veteran guys like Robin Lopez, like Aaron Aflalo, that want to win. So, and obviously Porzingis wants to win as well. So the Knicks are in an interesting spot when it comes to that.
Right. Well, I see you're kind of taking the who knows type of stance here, but I do have a question about what.
I think he's going to be good, though. I think he's going to be good, but
yeah.
I can't tell you he's going to be great, and I can't tell you he's going to suck. I don't know.
Right. In my opinion here on this question I'm about to ask you is I think Derek Williams is the answer, in my opinion, but who is the player to watch outside of the obvious in New York? And about 30 seconds on that.
Outside of the obvious, and Carmelo, Porzingis, and probably Grant.
Right.
Yeah, I think Derek Williams, man, he was a top pick in the draft just a few years ago. Hasn't really done much in the league, but he played really well the second half of the year last year with Sacramento. He can jump out of the gym. He's got talent. Is there a chance he steps up and becomes a hell of a player? Remember, a lot of these guys left school so early, so he's still a baby. So Derek Williams is an interesting guy. I mean, there's a chance that Derek Williams is a starting power forward overnight. And with the way the Knicks are, they have so much size, actually, and so many 4s and 5s. Regardless of who starts, I think, you'll see lineups where maybe Derek Williams is at center with Porzingis at the 4, with Melo at the 3. You might see times when, Williams is at center with Melo at the 4, with Quinn at the 4 and Melo at the 3. The Knicks can do so many different things with the size they have. And they don't have a lot of great guards, but they have a lot of solid big men. So Derek Williams is definitely an interesting player to watch out for because the skill set is there, the talent is there, but can he put it together for a full season in the National Basketball Association? And I don't know again, but I think he's absolutely a player to watch.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that's true. But one thing I want to ask you is, do you think Phil, in the current crew that's surrounding, that the Knicks have, can they turn it around and can they make things happen?
I think they can. Yeah, I mean, you surrounded Melo with some solid players this summer. I think they can. Now, what kind of coach is Derek Fisher? Man, he wasn't great to start the year last year. There was a lot of games the Knicks lost in the final seconds, and Melo missed a lot of easy shots to win those games. But I thought Derek Fisher's substitutions weren't good. I thought the way he managed the game wasn't good, but he was also a rookie coach. And then after Melo went down, basically after Christmas, you really couldn't judge the guy at all because he was playing with D-leaguers. So the jury is still out on Derek Fisher. We know he has the leadership skills. We know he has the ability to lead men. Does he have the ability to coach when it's 2 minutes left and you're down 3 and figure out a way to win those games? That's something none of us still know because he was playing in the Western Conference Finals less than 2 years ago. So that's something none of us still know. It's still an unknown. He's still an unknown commodity, if you ask me.
So, Anthony, before we let you get out of here, how does everybody get in contact with you on social media?
Oh, social media. You can follow me on Twitter, AnthonyMSG, Instagram, AnthonyMSG. I have a Facebook fan page. I don't use it much, but I should more. It's Anthony Donahue. And then it's so stupid. I just got Snapchat. It's actually, could you believe this, guys? I just got Snapchat, and Anthony MSG was taken. Are you kidding me?
Maybe somebody's a big fan of Chinese food.
Yeah.
I'm not
so
sure.
I had to go with Anthony MSG. But Snapchat, I know people love it. I've been using it a little bit the last few days. I think it's kind of weird. I mean, I'll have fun. Listen, I have fun with it.
Not my thing.
But try Periscope.
I do have Periscope. I used it once. I think I should use it more. I did have fun. I did like a little Knicks show, like a few weeks ago, and people were involved. I didn't even plan on doing that. I was on my phone. I was just chilling. I was out in Queens on, like, a Wednesday night. I'm like, I'm going to do a Periscope thing, and, like, I didn't even, like, announce it. And I had a few people watching it and people typing me questions, so it was pretty cool. I might use Periscope a little more. And I'm Anthony MSG on Periscope as well, except freaking Snapchat where I'm Anthony MSGG. You know, so that's just, that's the state of me right now.
All right.
This is our good friend Anthony Donahue. Anthony, you know what? Me and Anthony go way back in a lot of different ways, and through the media and also through podcasting. But this guy's podcast is one of the more entertaining ones that you just listened for the last this entire segment. This guy is very entertaining. Anthony, we got to do this once again, and hopefully next time we talk, the Knicks are fighting for the playoffs.
I hope so. I mean, listen, if you guys are in the area on Wednesday, October 28th, that's the night the Knicks open up the 2015-2016 season. I'm actually hosting a viewing party at the Royal, 13th Street, 4th Avenue.
Awesome.
I'm going to have tons of Knicks gear, prizes. I'm going to have got a couple of awesome sponsors, Unk Sportswear. Everybody knows Unk NBA wear. That's one of my sponsors. Vandal, the hats you see Jadakiss and Styles wearing, that say OG on them. That's one of my sponsors that night, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're in the area, 13th Street, 4th Avenue for New York Knicks opening night versus the Milwaukee Bucks. The event starts at 6 and tip-off is at 8 that night.
Anthony Donahue, like I said, we're going to have you on again, man. Appreciate it, and thanks for your time.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate you guys having me on.
Yep, thanks, man.
When we get back from the break, we are talking some more topics, including preseason. And Mark's Philadelphia 76ers had their debut tonight.
Uh-oh.
The only question is how many points they lose by. This is NBA Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC. Right back after the break.
Hey fans, this is Eric Kohler, stadium voice of UCF football. We invite you to tune in to EK Sports every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we feature the preferred picks of the week, insured by our good friends at Preferred Benefits Consultants, where it's always fun to pick those games of the week, but never a time to gamble with your health care. Find a Preferred Benefits Consultant at OrlandoHealthExchange.com. That's the letter X, OrlandoHealthExchange.com, and start saving today.
Heard on the job? Visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Mold on your siding, moss on your roof, mildew on your deck. The easiest way to get rid of it all is with Wet and Forget Outdoor. There's no scrubbing, no rinsing, and no pressure washing. Just spray and leave. Wet and Forget Outdoor is bleach-free and safe for virtually any outdoor surface. Siding, roofing, concrete, stone, stucco, even fabric. Just spray and you're done with Wet and Forget Outdoor. Get Wet and Forget Outdoor at the Home Depot or visit wetandforget.com for a store near you.
Are you looking for your dream home? Or are you looking to move out of your current home and find the home to start the next chapter of your life? Look no further. Jim Fouquet with Century 21 Rue Realty is your go-to guy to help you with all your needs. Specializing in West Orange County, Lake County, and Ocoee, his goal is to take care of you from the beginning to the end and is not satisfied until the job is complete. Stop by 401 West Colonial Drive, Suite 7, or give him a call, 321-945-6832. Jim Fouquet with Century 21 Rue Realty.
The Orlando Magic and Florida Hospital are coming together to host the 3rd annual Pink in the Paint Breast Cancer Awareness Night on Wednesday, October 13th versus the Miami Heat. Support the cause, support the Orlando Magic, and bring hope and healing to thousands of our friends and neighbors. Buy your ticket today starting at $20 and receive a commemorative rally towel with your purchase. For more details, visit orlandomagic.com/pink.
Listeners, now I know you've heard of this up-and-coming brand Hoop Culture, which is headquartered right here in Orlando, Florida. But here's something that you didn't know. They are opening a flagship store in Fashion Square Mall, downstairs right in front of the movie theater. That's right, the brand that has brought you the iconic Eat, Sleep, Ball design is bringing their streetwear brand to retail. Stay ahead of the fashion trends. Go visit them online at hoopculture.com or follow them at Hoop Culture. Our listeners save 30% off your next order. Use the code RADIO at checkout.
Welcome to Late Night Parents. I'm your host, Ted Hicks. We have a weekly podcast where we sit down and talk with game changers in the sports, technology, education fields. We even do product reviews and giveaways. Why, you ask? Because we're all parents. So if you're ready for an up-close and personal look, then you can check out our podcast. New episodes are available every Thursday. Catch us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, that's Late Night Parents. The site is latenightparents.com.